Hello and welcome back to another short video. This one I'm going to call What Next for Yaldbury. I'm in the process now of adding or working out magnetic uncoupling. So I bought a trial of the Pico. I think I can't remember the code, but this is the Pico magnetic uncoupler. And I've got myself an instantaneous, I think it's called, switch. So this is just one to try out. I'm trying to work out where to start, where to begin. Okay, so I want to be able to run 2-coach passenger service. That's going to be pulled by my 4F. The issue I've got here is that where I want to put the magnetic uncoupler, which is only a 5mm hole drilled between the sleepers. If I just come back a bit, you can see it's right on the join. Happens to be right on the join. You can see the line of the join there on the back seam. So because I've got to go back a wee bit off that line. Which means that second coach just about clears the platform. It's one of those dilemmas that you have, isn't it, when you're doing this? It's quite enjoyable, actually. Yeah, I've got just about it's doable. I could have a 2-coach pulled by the 4F tender loco, and a sufficient clearance at the front there, I think, for it to go and run round. And I may just clear the centre line, the join on the baseboards, which is kind of, you can't see it now because I painted it black, but it's just to the left of that point switch there. So that's the plan. I'm going to drill that one out, wire it up. As you can see, I've had to put on about a 10mm filler, and that should sit. I've had a good measure up. That should fit perfectly. Between the where I want it to fit. Excuse my green fingers. I've been doing a little bit of work on it this morning, mostly back down this end. What I've done is I've removed this tree that was here, down there. It just was too much of a block, and also every time I tried to clean the track there, I couldn't get at it properly. So I've removed that tree, and that tree is now sitting there behind the wall. I kind of like that. I don't like the flower beds. I've seen some really nice, much more realistic flowers. Rose gardens, I think, they're a bit expensive. I think it's about £15, which seems a lot just to add a detail, but I really don't like those. They're far too flat and far too big. And I determined I was going to do something with them, but one step at a time. I've got signals on order now. I've filled out this morning. What I've been doing is trying to fill that corner. I was never really 100% happy with that little bit here. This bit here behind that tree. I managed to disguise one end of it with the tree. And I'm just trying to... Anyway, we shall see how that dries out. We'll see how that looks. I mean, it probably is going to be alright. The worst comes to worst, I'll take the thing off and remake another piece, or cut that piece and fill it properly. So anyway, now we can see down the line to the tunnel. And over the back this morning I have removed the fiddle yard, because the next stage is to make a proper fiddle yard. It's going to have to be quite a bit longer, because I want it to take 2 coaches and a 4F at longest, and longer goods trains. So I'm going to I'm going to get another scale scenic board, and I'm going to make a fiddle yard using a set track point. Probably set track pieces, actually, a small set track Y or left or right turnout, whichever I can see. And so that would be a dedicated fiddle yard that will just bolt onto the end there. It won't fit on my shelf, on my desk, my work desk here, but that doesn't matter. When I want to use it, I'll set it up and probably leave the fiddle yard piece bolted in. On the subject of couplings, I'm told that I may need to remove the spring from the ground Farish couplings in order to fit these little Pico pieces here that work with the uncoupling device. I don't know, it's all good. It's all good. I'm learning as I go through here. Right, so I won't rabbit on. 5 minutes. It's just a general update on where I am, what I want to do. As I say, next time I hope to have the signal pin placed there, which will make a big difference, I think, to the way the thing looks. Possibly replace the flower garden. I also need to pin down the platform edge. I notice it's sprung up a little. So I'll probably get that pinned down. This end I'm pretty happy with, really. You know, more detailing work. Certainly some more detailing work in there. But I'm pretty happy with that end. And I think now we're going back to really the track I'm fairly happy with. It all runs well. It's got a nice length there now. Without that tree in the way, to be honest, it does improve the, I think, the appearance. I put a bit of hedge from clump foliage. I'm not happy with that either. So maybe I'll find a better product. So yeah, let's just say this end needs some work. I may replace that. I may replace this piece here. And I'm making a purpose-built fiddle yard, which will allow me to run 2 coach trains, longer goods. And I'll make the whole thing a more enjoyable and realistic experience, I think. As I say, if this one works, which I think it will, I've just got to wire it and drill a hole. Then I'll get some more, and you know, I'll probably have some uncups on this, or the goods line here. If I have to, I'll buy myself and build a couple of Pico wagons, which have the right coupling devices on. That, you know, that'll be, I fancy doing that. It should be quite enjoyable. I like making model kits, always have done. Don't think there's a lot more to say, so I'll leave it there, and hopefully when you come back next time, I'll have this uncoupling figured out. Maybe another coach so I can run 2 coach trains, and the fiddle yard, which is going to be my big job really for the coming next few weeks, and just sorting that out to make sure I'm happy with it. But that's it for now. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll be back with improvements soon. Cheers in. Bye.